Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Saki. 皆さんこんにちは、Saki です。Living in America has completely changed the way I see myself, others, and life in general. I was born and raised in Japan and moved to New York 6 years ago for my grad school and have been living here since then. So today I want to share 5 big lessons that I learned that significantly reshaped my mindset. If you are thinking of moving abroad or just interested in cultural differences, please keep watching. Lesson 1. It's okay to acknowledge your own strength. Back in Japan, I used to feel uncomfortable acknowledging my own strength. It felt self-indulgent, almost arrogant. But in the US, people say things like, I'm very good at this, I can do this, I'm confident in this, or I'm proud of myself, which I found it very inspiring. And I came to learn that recognizing your own strength is not arrogance, it's self-awareness. I also realized that people I admire the most have one thing in common. It's the confidence. Confidence doesn't mean being loud or self-centered. It's about having a grounded belief in your own worth. It's about knowing who you are and owning it. And this shift of perspective was really eye-opening for me. Lesson 2. Be kind, not just to others, but to yourself. Before I moved to New York, I was so tough on myself. In Japan, we are often taught, or at least I was taught, indulgence and patience are virtues. And they are, but for me, it almost meant I got too used to ignoring my own feelings. And when you are numb to your own struggles, it's harder to notice what other people are going through. One of the most important lessons that I learned in New York is that true kindness starts with how you treat yourself. For example, the book that I wrote, there's an episode called I Need Some Time for Myself, which is about my friend saying that I need some time for myself so he cannot go to the party tonight. My own experience in Japan, if I skip some nomikai or some gatherings with people, I tend to feel like, oh, I cannot skip this because other people might feel like blah, 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 or other people might judge me, blah, blah, blah. But many of the people that I met here openly prioritize their mental and emotional self-being by setting some boundaries or taking their personal time or simply acknowledging their own feelings. So seeing this in action made me realize that self-compassion isn't selfish. In fact, it's the foundation that you create or allows you to extend your genuine kindness to others. And honestly, the more I practice it, the more space that I had to show up for other people. Lesson 3. Expressing your own opinions is an opportunity to be known. Growing up, I wasn't really asked, what do you think, very often, and I'm sure a lot of Japanese people have experienced the same. So when I first came to New York, being expected to speak up all the time was super intimidating for me. I was so scared of saying the wrong thing or being judged. But over time, I realized that sharing your opinions isn't just about being pushy or being self-centered. It's actually about letting other people know who you are. In grad school, one of my professors actually pulled me aside and said, you got some great ideas, but if you don't speak up, nobody will know who you are. And that stuck with me. That made me realize that participating wasn't actually about just getting a good grade. It's about showing people what I care about, how I see the world, and who I am as a person. So for me, speaking up turned into something way more meaningful than just a classroom role. Lesson 4. Positivity and gratitude create opportunities. This is something that I noticed very recently, but some of you might already saw them in my YouTube videos. During my grad school, I naturally carried a deep sense of gratitude. I was just so happy every day that I got to do this. I appreciated every single project that I had and gave my full effort to each one. So looking back, I think that mindset fostered authentic relationship with my collaborators, so many of them remained good friends or collaborators to this day. Something I've often heard in US is you have great energy. At first, I didn't think much of it, but I gradually realized that this positive energy, which is the attitude of gratitude, was helping creating opportunities for me. In Japan, I didn't pay much attention to how my presence influenced the room. But here, I saw firsthand how bringing this positive energy could open doors, both professionally and personally. Of course, I've had some negative phases too. It recently happened actually. I couldn't feel grateful for anything and everything just felt so hard. What I noticed is that during those times, I could hear them in my voices or hear them in how I talk or how to choose my words. I felt a sense of dismissiveness and negativity creeping into my words, and I could tell that other people could pick it up too. So I decided to shift my focus back to gratitude, and I intentionally looked for some positive takeaways in any situations. And after that, I realized that I wasn't just happier, I was learning from every single thing after feeling gratitude. And this is something that I didn't notice in the past 5 years or so. But gratitude could start from the greeting, but it's not just about saying thank you. It's the constant awareness that you can learn from anything. So if you couldn't feel gratitude, let's start from here. Even just simple good morning, how are you, how's life, what's up, what's going on, can brighten up somebody's day. And I believe that when you carry that mindset, I think work feels more rewarding, or your relationship with other people gets stronger, and it, very honestly, I think you will feel better about yourself. Lesson 5. Your dreams are valid if you commit to them. One of the most transformative lessons for me came from working with Broadway professionals. Seeing their talent up close was incredible, but what inspired me the most was learning that every single one of them started from nothing. They weren't born extraordinary. They became extraordinary by showing up every day, step by step. It made me realize that even the biggest goals are really just a bunch of small goals stacked up together. Back in Japan, I often felt my dreams were either unrealistic or impossible. There's a pretty strong sense of what you should do or shouldn't do, and then stepping out from that expected path felt terrifying for me. Even after I came to US for my grad school, which I wanted to do, I'd catch myself comparing to my friends working for corporates, have steady job, have steady income, and wondering if I did the right thing. But over time, I realized that the moment you fully commit to your dreams, when you decide this is the path you're going to follow, the fear starts to disappear. When you're all in, there's no room for self-doubt. Yes, I think commitment replaces doubt. You might feel like once you step off that track, you can never come back, but that is not true. I've met so many people in the US who've switched careers, taken risks, or even failed, but they're still going strong. And knowing that gave me confidence to keep going on. Knowing that even something doesn't work out, there's always another path forward. Okay, so that was the 5 lessons that I learned living in New York or living in the US. I hope some of this helped you. And I'd love to know, what is your experience? What's one mindset that shifted or that changed your career or your life? Please share them in the comments. Also, if you want to know more of the English phrases that can inspire you or my personal experiences, this would be a great book. I've written this book with 62 English phrases with my own personal experiences living in New York. And all of them had great impact on me in terms of changing my mindset or shifted my perspective. So be sure to check this out. So thank you for watching my video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye!